Okay, we're going to look at object modeling, but using the UML. So basically, you can use the use case modeling, right, to represent steps in your process. Okay, all your external entity are called your actor, right, and it use case, right, which is your system, right. So it uses this use case here. Now, of course, a use case can also interact with other use case. All right. So it's not only the actor can use a use case. Right. So a second use case can also use another use case such as the first use case. Now, to make things easier to understand, for each use case, give it a use case description. Right. It looks like this. Right, it looks like this. It has all this information from name, actor, description, all right, your any pre-post condition, assumption. In this case, there is no assumption, and upon successful completion, right. So what it does, all this can be placed in a visual summary diagram called a use case diagram. All right, so it can represent a use case within a system or maybe something smaller like a subsystem. All right, so here is just an example of a use case diagram. Now, a class diagram will look something like this. All right, so it will have a detailed view of one single use case, right, that shows the classes that participate in a use case and document the relationship. So all these lines here you find are their relationship. Okay, so of course, all these relationships are known as cardinality. Right, so you have the 0 to many, 0 to or 1, 1 and only 1, and 1 or many. Well, just look at the numbers. Okay, the 1, 0, or the star is actually the many. Right. Okay. Then you have the sequence diagram. All right, this shows interaction, right, among the class. Right, so you have the classes, which is representing by the rectangle. You have the lifeline. Later you will see why the lifeline is a dash line. Message between the object and of course the focus. Right. So the focus is like this. See, this is the focus, the lifeline, and then the interaction between, right, all this. Okay. Right. Right. And this makes your use case a lot easier to understand, what, together with your description. And lastly, you have your state transition diagram. So how does it change from one state to the other? So all these are status. All these blocks are status. Right? And what trigger it to change from one state to another state are the lines. Okay. And lastly, you have your activity diagram. Right? That shows the order in which something takes place. So what happened first, then what happened next. Okay. And case 2 can help you, all right, to speed up the development process, the make sure there is consistency, all right, and of course that's why it's called a tool, all right, computer aided software engineering tool.